back, everyone. As you can see, it is a very special edition of Sunday Sit Down. We're here at the Gans Creek Cross Country course, joined by Coach Kyle Levermore. Kyle, thanks for welcoming us out to the course. Gorgeous day out here in Columbia.
Thanks for being out here.
Yeah, obviously exciting times coming to Columbia. A national championship, a Division I national championship, going to be coming to Como. How exciting is it for this program to kind of have this buzz around it right now?
Yeah, no, it's been, I think, obviously circled on our calendar for a long time, and in terms of our program, been a big source of motivation over the last few years. But over the last few weeks, having a bunch of teams here and having had the Gans Creek Classic and the pre-national, I think it's motivated us. I think it also has kept our standard really high to want to continue to make the course a little bit better each time people are out here. And our hope is that this is a starting point for this course becoming a premier destination, and I think it has become that, but we're excited about what the rest of the country has gotten to see in the last few weeks, and yeah, it's been a really fun couple of months.
What is it about this course that makes it so great for this sport?
I think the big thing is the spectator experience, and you're sitting out here and you've got the ability to see most of the course while you're kind of staying in one place. You guys were here for practice this morning and probably saw a lot of the workout without going too far. I think it's the same experience for the spectators when they come here. It's very easy to get around. It's very easy to watch the race. I think that's something that in cross country is not always the common. So that's part one, and I think the other part is the way that this course is maintained. It's maintained at a really high level, and the operations around it make for an incredibly professional competitor experience. And yeah, it's something we're really proud of, and I give a lot of credit to the city of Columbia as much as it's become our home for the Tigers. This is the city's baby as well.
What does this say about this program, the fact that you guys are hosting an event like this? What does that do for recruiting? I mean, it has to be great for this program to kind of have something like this and put you guys really in that spotlight.
Yeah, it's been the thing that I've been able to talk about in recruiting. It's been a motivating factor for us to get really high-level talent to have a reason to come here. And I've always thought that Columbia is a great town to train in, but a great town with great trails isn't going to sell something in recruiting. So it's definitely been something that we've been able to talk about and circle on our calendar as a big goal. And it's not that it's the be-all and end-all for us, but it is something that has been on our mind and allowed us to have a little bit of a blueprint that we've had to make progress each season to get to the point where it was realistic for us to be on the line in a couple weeks. And yeah, it's definitely been a big part of our recruiting pitch.
Yeah, I mean, how far do you feel like this program has come in that kind of journey to get to where you want to be to qualifying for national championship, right?
Yeah, when I was offered the job in 2023, I knew what that timeline looked like. And we were, gosh, you might have to fact check me here, but I think we were 9th in the SEC and 13th in the region my first year with the men, and maybe 9th in the SEC and 14th or 15th in the region with the women. And that's a lot of, that requires a lot of progress, over a short period of time. And I think more than anything, it gave us a starting point, and this gave us kind of like an end point. And that has allowed me as a coach to have a plan each season to kind of need to have like certain things that we're getting all checked off. And I think we've done a lot of those things in the last 2 years to the point where coming into this fall, it hasn't felt like a big task. It's just felt like the next realistic step for us. And I think we've failed on the big stage. We've had a lot of success in big moments, and you need both of those things to be able to get to a level where you can consistently be in the national conversation. And I think it's the same thing, once you're consistently in the national conversation, you're not gonna make it out of a prelim sometimes. You're gonna, favorites falter too. And so it's all part of the process of being at this level. And I think if we can get to this point in 2 years, like, I am just excited for what the future is without, like, obviously there's going to be more championships here, but I think it's kind of like a nice progression to, like, this is like really the next step in the program's development is to consistently be at this level. And I feel like if we can do it in this amount of time, we can do a lot more with no timeline.
Right. Well, what do you feel like has been really the most key ingredient for you, to find the success and kind of get to where you guys are now? What has been that kind of key for you feel like?
The support from the university and from Coach Halter. They've allowed this distance program to be a focal point of our entire track program. And when you're in a place where your event area is prioritized and you have the resources to do what you need to do in recruiting to get that level of talent here, that's half the battle. I think the other piece is just bringing in like-minded people. We had to turn over a culture and redefine what our culture is within the distance program. And I think those two pieces of like having the resources to do it and then finding like-minded people to bring into the fold is half the battle. I think honestly, when you have really talented people, most of your job is to keep those people healthy, and their talent will do a lot of the rest of the work.
Well, tell me about this year's group. What's kind of impressed you about the way they've kind of attacked this season?
I think different for both groups. I think for the women, it's the first time that we've had cohesion like within the classes. Like we haven't always had like an even split of ages, and so my first year we were like 2 freshmen and 7 seniors. Last year we didn't really have any juniors on the team, so I think just like having a true freshman class, having a true sophomore class, having juniors, having seniors, like all of those pieces, I think what's impressed me is that I feel like they kind of skipped a little bit like the learning phase where they've kind of like taken what we've said and just done it, and that's a hard thing to do. But I think it also is a credit to them and a lot of like what their why is behind their purpose as a team.
Yeah, I mean, how critical is this experience? Having a national championship experience for this younger group as they grow up. I mean, obviously it's something you guys have talked about for a while, but to have this experience so early on in their time here,
it's critical. Yeah. It's really, really important. I think one of the beautiful parts of the SEC, the beauty of this conference and the NCAA is that you're going to rise to the level of people around you. And when you're young in the SEC, that can mean taking your lumps. But when you take your lumps in the SEC, you're taking them at the national level. And so when you do finally kind of arrive on the national stage, you've seen it. Maybe you haven't been to the meet, but you've seen it at the SEC championship. You've seen it in that environment, and I think it allows some of those younger guys to grow up quicker. And so it is really important. We host an SEC championship next year here. We host an NCAA regional in 2 years. We'll hope to get another national meet here. Like, that's part of the identity of this program moving forward. And I think that if anything, those guys are going to see, who aren't on the course, who are young, are going to see what it looks like, and hopefully it motivates them for years to come, knowing that this is not the last championship that'll be here.
Well, Kyle, I appreciate you making the time. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, thank you.
For the rest of you guys, we'll be right back after the break.